Hey, welcome back to Wisconsin Family. I don't know if you recognize the backdrop here, but we are sitting here at Capitol Brewery here in Middleton, and this is the place where all kinds of fun things happen. We're going to chat with those
TV
folks
shows
a little bit later, and TV shows, you know, they've got it going on.
Yeah.
But we'll talk to them a little bit later. You may recognize this familiar face. We have Emily Ruzicka, who joins us from Dawg Dayz Grooming and Care, and perfect time to have you. First of all, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our resident pet expert is here to chat with us a little bit about fall and some season changings and what that might mean for your pets. So let's talk a little bit about that. Pet owners at home, fall is upon us. What does that mean for our pets? Anything different?
A little bit of the same and a little bit of different.
Okay.
Oftentimes people think, I'm going to kind of use grooming for an example here. Oftentimes people think that grooming is something you want to do in the warmer months to make sure your pet is comfortable in the heat, and that's true.
Okay.
You also want to make sure it's kind of a year-long maintenance thing though. This is a good time to get a nice short or medium short haircut for your dog to keep the growth rate good for the winter, so they have a nice undercoat and a nice top coat for the winter. Also, a lot of dogs are going to be seeing a lot of shedding right now. Certain breeds will be what's called blowing their coat, which means getting rid of a lot of the undercoat that was a different insulating layer from summer and getting ready for the insulating layer from winter. So a lot of brushing is necessary, and a really good bath right now would be good.
That is actually something I didn't realize, that they shed going into fall and winter.
The coat keeps changing.
That's news to me. Okay.
And do all dogs, I mean, we have a non-shedding dog. Do all dogs shed like a summer or winter coat?
No, it's more typical for dogs that are I guess closest to wolves, like the ones that would be outside more, like husky breeds and things like. They're going to see more of an undercoat, German Shepherd, stuff like that. Dogs with that coarser top coat usually have more of an undercoat, but all dogs are going to change a little bit for the season. So.
Okay.
Now, what about fleas and ticks? I mean, that's something that obviously we worry about as the weather gets warmer, but as it's getting cooler, is that something that we still need to worry about? Are there other things we have to worry about?
Yeah.
There usually is, and this is again a common misconception that I've learned through the years of being a groomer, and that you think you get through the warmer months and that all those pests are, you know, going to not be bothering your dog anymore. And actually, there's like a new crop of fleas and ticks that hatch around October. So, and in the last couple, not out of the woods yet, right? This is the last batch. And sometimes it doesn't matter at all, but it just it's a surprise sometimes for people. So if you're using frontline things like that, preventatives, continue using those through the fall and often through the winter too, but definitely through the fall into when the first freeze.
Yeah.
Interesting. All kinds of different things to know, different breeds and different things happening as the seasons change. And you said you have a non-shedding dog, and you were talking a little bit about dogs that are closer to wolf breeds. So are there different breeds as we go into fall that maybe enjoy the colder weather and the colder changes versus some that don't like it so much?
Yes, definitely. So dogs that are like, when I was kind of explaining closer to wolves, I meant dogs that maybe evolved a little bit more recently from the wolf, being dogs that look a little bit more similar to wolves, like huskies or Akitas and things like that. Those dogs love
pretty dogs.
Yes, they are. They love to spend the outdoors in the winter. They like to lay in the snow. If you find that you have a dog like that, you're surprised that they want to be outside in the cold, don't be. I mean, they love it. In fact, that's what they choose. They'll roll in the snow. You know, they like to burrow. There's going to be some other dogs like my dog, who you guys met months and months ago, a little terrier with very short hair, does not like being outside in the cold and snow for very long. So just be aware of the amount of time they spend out there. Mountainous type dogs like Great Pyrenees, St. Bernards, they also love the outdoors. So in the winter, they love it. So
what about
let
Newfies,
them show you.
Newfoundlands?
Yes. Absolutely.
They're good outdoor in the winter?
Yep, they love it. I mean, they've got a lot of hair too, so they stay warm, but it's also just part of their instinct to be out. So they like it, but let them teach you, you know.
I wish there was it's kind of like human breeds, I guess. I wish I was a dog that enjoyed the winter.
Right, exactly.
You're a terrier, in other words.
I'm a summer dog.
Not all terriers, it depends on their coat, but right, exactly.
I'm a St. Bernard for like the first couple of months, and then after that I become a terrier.
Exactly. In February, I think all of us turn back into like, okay, indoors is better.
Okay, this is enough now. All right.
That's right.
So you guys are having some events coming up pretty soon at Dawg Dayz. Can you talk to us about some of those?
Well, I can just bring up one quickly. October is 9 years that Dawg Dayz has been open, so I'm trying to thank you. Yep, I'm trying to organize.
Is that in dog years or is that in?
That's in our years. Yes, that is a good question. That's in our years, so I'm trying to organize like a little kind of potluck barbecue in our parking lot, have a fire, and just kind of welcome in the harvest season and the fall season, and just celebrate the years we've been open. And then there's a few nonprofit things happening. One, it's a fundraiser for cancer awareness. I want to get the details right, so I don't want to necessarily say the wrong thing right now. We're trying to get involved with them, and it's going to be a walk up and down River Road where we're located.
Cool.
So I'll fill you in more and get it up on our Facebook.
That's
so.
awesome.
Nice.
So great events coming up. Really quick before we go, let's talk a little bit about, you watch some of these dog training things and it talks about sort of like being the leader of the pack and sort of that dynamic. So you work a lot with pets, obviously. How do you do that? How do you be the pack leader with your dog?
Well, I kind of touched on this at our last interview of just getting their attention to you always. That first moments are using those treats to charge that attention. But typically dogs will choose their person. And that person then, if you can keep their attention on you, you make sure that your body is in front of them, going in and out of doorways, up and down stairs, and really just when you're in motion. If they're taking the front, then they're the leader of the pack. If you're taking the front, if they're just behind your leg, then they're feeling like you are taking charge. So body language, again, key.
Yeah.
So much to learn. We always learn so much from you whenever you're
Thanks.
here. Emily Ruzicka from Dawg Dayz Grooming and Care, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up right after this.